What's up, guys? Boy Benny. People say that we're in a fight for our lives as a country. Well, there's very few people who actually know how to fight and know what a true fighter is. I would argue that if you're shot in the head, if you're President Trump and you've endured everything legitimately that the evil forces in this country can possibly throw at them, including a bullet, including but not limited to a bullet, then I think you know what a fight is. One of Donald Trump's best friends and one of Donald Trump's biggest promoters, for lack of a better term, is Dana White. Dana White, of course, gave Donald Trump's introduction speech at the RNC convention. It was so awesome that it bears repeating. Ladies and gentlemen, here's how Dana White threw to Donald Trump in an epic, epic moment.
But this election, we all get to choose. I know I'm going to choose strength and security. I know I'm going to choose opportunity and prosperity. I know I'm going to choose real American leadership and a real American badass. And I'm not telling you what choice to make, and I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I know. I know America needs a strong leader, and the world needs a strong America. I know Donald J. Trump is the best choice for President of the United States. My fellow Americans, it is my honor to introduce the 45th and soon-to-be 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
To the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit to Houston, and New York to LA, there's pride in every American.
Still get you chills, like the Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, also a great fighter. Somebody understands that there is a need for a fighter in this country, and it is Dana White. He's in charge, obviously, of the UFC. He owns the UFC, started the UFC. He has campaigned for President Trump and has a long-standing relationship with President Trump, including being in Donald Trump's first TikTok.
The president is now on TikTok. It's my honor.
Dana White has been a consummate promoter of President Trump. They've been friends from a long time back. And again, Dana White knows a fighter, knows a loyal friend. Dana White was given his first shot with the UFC by Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has been an ally even when Dana White was nothing, you know? Here's Dana White, Tucker Carlson, Kid Rock, and Don Jr., along with Trump walking in Madison Square Garden. Legendary energy. Got to get that energy back, baby. Got to get that energy back. So CNN invited on Dana White and wanted to talk to him about the election and did their very best to put Dana White in a headlock of sorts to try and box him into a corner about the 2024 election. I mean, he just endorsed President Trump and he gave his speech at the RNC convention. But Dana White went into the belly of the beast on CNN. CNN would be wise to listen to Dana White in his many interviews where he's, been quite open about what he thinks about free speech and people's right to freely think and believe what they want.
You obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
Like...
Free speech. Control what people say. Going to tell people what to believe. Going to tell people... I don't tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want, and they can believe whatever they want.
Bring that energy to CNN. Dana White asked about Kamala Harris, DEI, and the narratives around her effectively being christened queen of the Democrat Party without an election? Is she fit for the job? Dana White, who does a lot of work with a lot of different A-listers, and his job as UFC president, had some cunning insights into the qualifications of Kamala Harris and who the real fighter is in 2024. Have a listen.
Oh my God, look what's being said about Kamala. It goes both ways. They're both saying it. And like you said, it's already heated up and gotten nasty. And like you said earlier, it's only going to get nastier. That's politics. It is what it is. And it definitely goes both ways.
I don't know that it's going both ways to have the childless cat lady comment or a DEI hire. Who's calling you think that Vice President Kamala Harris is calling JD Vance a DEI hire, Dana? Come on.
But either way, she's going to say other nasty stuff about both of them. It goes both ways. And as voters, what we need to do is cut through all the BS, and you have to look at who do you think is best fit to run the country for the next 4 years. That is our job as voters. All of this stuff is a bunch of nasty BS. All of it. Who's best fit to run the country? You as a voter, that's what you need to decide. Not, oh my God, he said this, and oh my God, she said that. There's going to be a lot of that over the next several months. Cut through, and especially the media. Cut through all the BS that the media on both sides. You guys are really bad. Fox is bad. Everybody's bad. Cut through the BS and vote for who you think is the most fit to run the country. That's our job as voters.
Well, look, I don't wear pearls. I don't pretend to clutch them and pretend that I'm shocked by every nasty insult that is waged against another person. But I think your point, though, about the American people wanting to know who's best for the country, this is the issue. When people are focusing not on policy positions, but personal attacks that have nothing to do with what voters want to hear about, that detracts from the experience of voters making a decision, and that's the problem. And I'm going to just know when you say you guys are terrible, you clearly don't mean Laura Coates. But Dana, that's happening, by the way, right now. And you got this fight that everyone is actually talking about, not in Paris, but now in England. They might be a little mad at you these days, Dana.
Everybody's mad at me these days and in the past, so I'm used to it.
No wonder you get along with politicians. Dana White, nice to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Have a great day.
This is like, this is what a real friend is. You know, there's a scripture about like love hath no greater love than this. Somebody who will lay down their life for you. Somebody who will go and fight for you. Somebody who will walk into the belly of the beast here. Dana White, CNN. This is the Dana White truly like cares about President Trump and is willing to like go into battle for him here, which is what he's done. CNN has gotten wrecked as of late, especially with their false narratives and their both sidesism, double sidesism, no sidesism, depending on who the candidate is and the questions that they're asking. My favorite clip from CNN that happened just moments ago is Senator Tom Cotton going on their airwaves. And I'm really glad they're doing this, right? You should be having Republicans and supporters of Donald Trump on the air. You should be doing that. Tom Cotton absolutely carpet bombing CNN over fake narratives of Donald Trump and their inability to do journalism in reverse, right? Asking tough questions of Kamala Harris. Here we go.
How does her changing her views on her policy justify having the Republican nominee questioning her race? Does that increase or decrease your party's chances of winning in November?
Well, Caitlin, you haven't had that conversation with Kamala Harris because she's been hiding out.
I want to have this conversation with you, Senator.
Just like Joe Biden hid out before her. And my point is, when are you and the rest of the media going to demand that Kamala Harris come out and answer questions in an unscripted format about where she stands for this country, as opposed to continuing to focus on what Donald Trump said today? 4 years ago, Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. Could you imagine a more insulting comment? Joe Biden is presuming to judge the political views of 1/8 of our fellow citizens based on their skin color. Did you ever ask Kamala Harris to condemn his remarks?
There are
Did you ever ask him or ask her if that was racist?
This is a question. You're a Republican senator, so I want to ask you about the Republican nominee.
Did you ask Kamala Harris? Caitlin, did you ask Kamala Harris why she's willing to serve as vice president for a man she essentially called racist and a segregationist? Have you or anyone else in the media asked Kamala Harris those questions, Caitlin?
Senator, trust me, I covered the Biden-Harris White House. We obviously have asked for her to come on. But my question is for you about this. Donald Trump's pick for VP once questioned whether he was America's Hitler.
Just like Dana White says, more free speech, not less. More freedom, not less. Like, people are allowed to disagree in this country, and they're allowed to have spirited debate and argument. So more of it. Good. Just expect to get wrecked, right? With facts and truth on our side. And bigger brains. It's your boy, Betty. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.